welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a Christmas gift guide, but it's very conscious and I've put a lot of thought into every single present because Christmas is obviously a time about just going out, spending a lot of money, putting pressure on ourselves to buy a whole list of presents for our friends and family and partners, which is lovely because, you know, I personally do love giving a gift. But I think sometimes the pressure can get too much that we end up just buying things that aren't necessarily thoughtful towards that person. Nothing wrong in doing that, I suppose. It's just, I think there is so much pressure this time of the year and the consumerism is just kind of ridiculous when it comes to Christmas gifting. And I have been thinking about this personally a lot because I haven't actually started my Christmas shopping and it's now the 8th of December when this video goes up, and I'm just thinking, okay, pressure is on, I need to go out and buy, but at the same time I want each gift to be very personal or have something about it, you know, a bit of depth, like whether it's a sustainable gift or just something that I think someone will genuinely love and use and cherish for a long time to come, because no one wants to open a present and it's like another pair of socks or pajamas that you know they're just not going to use, and then it will probably end up on landfill as well, so we do not want that. So hopefully this gift guide will really help you if you are a bit like me and have left your Christmas shopping maybe a bit late. Okay, so number one isn't necessarily an item, it's an experience. So when I was thinking about sustainable or conscious gifting, I thought, well, kind of the best thing that you can do for someone, you know that they're going to use it, is getting them an experience so that they are actually doing something or you're spending time together. And that, I think that's absolutely lovely to do because I think time is one of the most valuable things to us now in this day and age with how busy everyone is. But also it means that nothing's going to end up in landfill. It's not like it's going to be stuffed at the back of their closet and then they're going to find it a year later and probably give it to someone else. An experience gift is one of those things that I just think anyone would absolutely love. So a few experiences that I thought would be lovely to gift to people this time of the year are going to the theatre. So if you've heard someone say that they have really heard great things about a particular show or a play, I think it's so lovely to go and buy those tickets. Or even if you hear about a play or a theatre show that you think, oh, I bet so-and-so would love that. I think that is such a lovely, lovely gift. And it also means that you can spend time together, maybe go and get a bite to eat before or after, and it's just a lovely evening or a weekend thing to do. A few other things that you can do in terms of experiences are maybe booking into an afternoon tea. I think that's really lovely to do with your mum or your parents or grandparents, and just go somewhere with a really lovely afternoon tea, spend an afternoon there, and I think they would really appreciate that because it is very thoughtful. And you're giving your time up to spend time with your family members, so I think nothing is as precious as that, right? There are also websites like, I know Virgin do experiences that sound really great, like day experiences or maybe even weekend experiences, but they do some really fun things. Maybe a bit on the more luxury or expensive side of things. I know they do like car racing and things like that. And then there's also things like workshops. I think buying a workshop for someone would be great, whatever their interests are in. I, for example, would love a yoga workshop. If it's like a couple of hours learning how to do a handstand, I would love that. And my second gift is a bag. So I discovered this brand called Luxtra about a month ago when I went to a big Christmas fair called the Spirit of Christmas. Mum and I go to something like that every single year. And these bags caught my eye and I thought, oh, I really love those backpacks. So I went over and spoke to them. They're actually 100% vegan and sustainable, and you would just never know because I love the style. That's what drew me to it first more than anything, was actually how it looked, because I really like backpacks that are quite flat and smart like this rather than kind of like drooping down your back and it's really uncomfortable. They come in so many different colours as well. There was a silver one which was gorgeous, and they do normal handbags as well, so not just backpacks. And I think these are unisex as well, so you could absolutely get this for a man or a woman. And I found it really interesting because what's different about this is that they're innovative vegan leathers that they are using. So it actually does fully feel and look like leather. And I believe they use pineapple and apples to create this fully plant-based leather type material, and their processes and productions are sustainable as well. So just a really lovely brand, and I feel like anyone would be so happy to open this on Christmas, and they're a really lovely British designer. So I'll link all of these gifts in the description box if you're interested in finding out a bit more about this. I am so excited about the next gift because it is a giveaway that you guys can enter into. This is a beautiful, beautiful brand called By Sarah London. They are an organic and 100% natural vegan skincare brand, and these are their 2 Christmas gift boxes that I am going to be giving away to one of you. So the first one is a festive body and hair care gift box, and it includes the organic body oil and organic hair oil. I use the hair oil all the time, it's beautiful. And then the festive facial skincare gift box includes the organic facial oil, the green clay cleansing balm, it's amazing, and an organic muslin facial cloth. And what's really exciting about these gift boxes is how they're made. So Sarah actually sent me a card to describe the whole process. And why she's so excited to have created these incredible festive boxes. So they are packaged within a beautiful sustainable material we've sourced exclusively, which is made from crushed grape paper, a UK skincare first. And this material is made using the residue from the industrial processing of crushed grapes and processed using 100% green energy. So the detail that's gone into this brand in terms of their whole sustainability ethos is just second to none, and I really think it's wonderful what Sarah has created with her sister. The story of the brand is absolutely beautiful. I said it was a giveaway, so these can be yours. So what I think would be a really nice idea is to comment down below this video with your #1 Christmas tip to be a bit more conscious and sustainable. I think I will just find this really fascinating myself, so I'm sure everyone else in the comments will find it really interesting, because it doesn't matter how big or small this tip may be, it doesn't matter if it seems really obvious, because honestly, some of the things that I hear people are doing, like just the little things, I think, wow, that's amazing, I would never have thought of that. So please just comment down below your any kind of tip to be a bit more sustainable this Christmas. And unfortunately, you do have to be a UK resident to enter this competition, and all of the T's and C's are going to be in the description box, so give that a read now. There's a link there that you can click through to, so make sure you read that before you enter. And this could be yours, your little Christmas gift from Sarah and I. The next gift is by the wonderful jewellery brand Missoma. So I've been a massive fan of this jewellery brand for a long, long time. And when I started thinking about Christmas gifts, one thing that just kept coming into my mind was all the jewellery that I love, that I wear every single day. And I just think that is such a lovely gift to give anyone. So I know all of the women in my family love their jewellery, and it's such a special, special gift. And it's something that you really can make use of every single day. If you're wearing the same necklace or the rings or earrings or whatever every day, it feels like it's part of you. And if someone has put in enough thought to actually go and buy something like that for you, it's almost like a part of them is with you as well. Like, I always remember when someone has given me something, and every time I put it on, it's like I think of them. So I've got a couple of necklaces in here, and Missoma is all about layering and stacking. So I think actually everything I'm wearing right now, everything I'm wearing is from this brand. So I've got 3 necklaces on right now. I've got the first 2 up here is like a double chain. So that is one necklace there. It's like 2 very thin, dainty chains, which are great for layering with other ones. And then I've got this one, which is a tiny green stone. And then the bottom one is their coin necklace, Roman coin necklace. And I love that. And then I've also got a couple of bracelets. So again, there's like a stone around here, so it's like almost a charm bracelet, and then the matching double chain bracelet to go with the double chain necklace. And then in here, very similar again. So this one's actually mine, I just put it in the box. I just think jewellery is always such a thoughtful gift for someone. And my next gift is a candle, because I just think you can never have enough, right? And I just think it's such a lovely present. Whenever I have been given candles, I'm so, so happy. Oh, this one is gorgeous. This one is by Niomi, and their candles are 100% natural. And this is the Christmas Wish candle, and it's mandarin, cinnamon, and tonka bean. How pretty is that? I just think that is such a beautiful, beautiful candle. I would love to have that on my mantelpiece or on my coffee table. but most importantly, it just makes your house smell incredible. And candles are just one of those things that I think if you give it to someone that you don't know that well, or a distant relative, for example, if you're buying like an auntie a present but you don't necessarily know what kind of clothing she would like anything too personal like that, you just can't go wrong with a candle. And you know it's not going to be stuffed to the back of a closet or stuffed under the bed. Like, everyone will use a candle. Then I started thinking back to the more experience gifts, and I thought, what else is there that you could give someone that isn't necessarily stuff? Because, you know, it can get to Christmas Day, and I mean, if you're lucky, you end up opening a lot of presents and you just think, what am I going to do with all of this? Like, where am I going to put it, you know? Other than the candle. I mean, that's going to be lit immediately, right? And the jewellery you're going to wear, skincare's going to be in your face. But other than that, it just can be a bit overwhelming. And you're just like, oh, do I really need all this stuff? So I was thinking, what else is there that we can give people where they won't be overwhelmed by just stuff in their house? And I thought a really lovely thing to do is actually sponsor an animal in the name of that person. And it can be very, very thoughtful. If you know that someone has recently been on holiday and they spoke a lot about the elephants, or they went on a safari and they were talking about the lions, or like I was just in Indonesia a couple of months ago and released little baby turtles, things like that, you can kind of think, oh, what are they passionate about, or what do they love, and what kind of animal do they feel like a connection to in a way. So I recently actually sponsored a turtle in the name of my sister, Daisy May, because she's only little, she's only 5, and where her school is, all of the classes have different animal names, and she's in the turtle class. And like I said, I recently released turtles and she was absolutely fascinated. So I thought, oh, maybe I should go and buy her a toy or something, but instead I just sponsored a turtle in her name, which she is so happy about because we tell her stories about like where the turtle is in the world, and she loves that. Side note, I also went into their school recently, which was the cutest thing ever, to sit down and talk to all of the children. They were all sat down on the floor cross-legged looking up at me like it was story time, and I did tell them the story about when I released the turtles, and they were hilarious. Like, all the boys started being like, well, I was attacked by a shark recently, and yeah, I was a hero. It was amazing. But yeah, I think sponsoring an animal in the name of someone is very, very thoughtful, and obviously you are helping the environment and helping those animals most importantly. The next present is books. So I feel like, again, with books you can be very, very personal, and in terms of being conscious and sustainable, I thought a lovely cookbook is always very useful if you know the person enjoys cooking, of course. If you were to get a cookbook for Joe, he would probably stuff that under the bed, which is not what we want. I chose for my cookbook to show you today Wild, and Wild is actually the cookbook from the restaurants that are in London. So there's a gorgeous, gorgeous restaurant in Covent Garden called the Wild Food Cafe, and it's like a classic vegan cafe. It's amazing. The cheesecakes are insane. And then they've recently opened another one up in Islington, which is more like a sit down, like dinner type vibe, more of a restaurant. Yeah, and they've created this cookbook. I haven't actually made anything from it, but I thought this would be such a lovely present for someone that is either plant-based or wanting to incorporate more plant-based foods into their diet, or someone that just enjoys cooking, and then you can just be like, well, here's a cookbook because you love cooking, and they won't even realise that it's all plant-based. Then the other book is a new book that's just come out. This is called Yoga, a Manual for Life, and this was sent to me, and I just thought at first, that's such a lovely cover, I'd love to have that on my coffee table. And then I was flicking through it, and the photography is absolutely stunning. Like, this page here is about breathing practices. And I think it's so useful if someone is interested in yoga already, or someone that you might think has had a bit of a tough year or has a stressful job. I think reading this book could actually do someone the world of good. And it just looks really beautiful as well, so I'm definitely going to have that on my coffee table. And the last present, leading on from the yoga book, a yoga mat. So I actually bought this for myself, and it's probably the best thing that I've ever bought myself. This is a jade yoga mat, and when I first started getting really into yoga and just started loving it, I thought, okay, I'm gonna make the leap and be a pro yogi and get my own yoga mat, because before I was just borrowing them at the yoga studios. But it was quite a tough decision trying to find which one to buy, because at first I was just Googling yoga mats, but I was looking into the materials and they were all just made from like plastics and things like that. Then I found a sustainable alternative, and it is the Jade yoga mat, and they are absolutely gorgeous. One of the reasons that I love them the most is that for every yoga mat that you buy, they plant a tree. And then even what they're made of themselves is sustainable. They use recycled materials, and it's actually incredibly practical as well, because I get quite sweaty palms when I'm doing yoga. I do power yoga and do get a bit of a sweat on, and I can just be slipping and sliding all over the mat. This one, I swear to you, my hands do not move anywhere. It is genuinely the best mat that I've ever practiced on. So I just love that it's a sustainable, ethical option at the same time. So that is my last gift. I really hope you have found this useful. I know, like I said, we are getting on now in December, and I'm sure most of you have probably already completed all of your Christmas shopping. But I know there's also probably a lot of you as well, like me, that are kind of having that bit of a panic. So yeah, I really hope this was useful. And like I said, I will link all of these gifts down below. And don't forget about the competition as well. Comment down below your #1 tip for being sustainable this Christmas. And I will see you guys very soon, and I can't wait to read your comments. Bye.